First thing to do is to open your web browser. In this case, I'm using Firefox. Then go to your search bar and type in lms.doctorevidence.com and press enter. Now log in with your email address and your password. If you click Remember Me, this will save you time for the next time you log in. Then click Login. You have now accessed your database. Click on the button here that says Click here to view the evidence package. This page is called the landing page. The first section, PICO Studies, breaks down all the information that you gave us to create your database. P stands for Patient Population Studies. In this case, I will be showing you localized prostate cancer. So the P in PICO is localized prostate cancer. I stands for intervention studies. In this case, we had active surveillance, radical prostatectomy, hormone therapy, and radiation therapy. O stands for outcome studies. And in this case, we had mortality, metastatic progression, and local progression. Another feature called Study Designs allows you to see all the studies in each PICO category. All you have to do is hover over the category and it will tell you all of the study designs. In this case, in our localized prostate cancer group, there are 15 total abstracts. Let's click to view all of the abstracts. These tabs here allow you to go through each study design, or right now we're in the All Studies tab. So you can choose All Studies or choose the tab that you want to see. Let's say, for example, you only want to see the RCT placebo studies. So you click on the tab and there are your 2 studies. To go back to the landing page, click on this tab above the Localized Prostate Cancer tab. Now you are back at your landing page. You can go through and see all the studies in each group. For active surveillance, there were 10 total abstracts, meaning there were 10 total studies, and so forth. The framed questions section allows you to see all of the studies in your database. In this case, there were 15 total studies. Again, you can click on these tabs to choose specific studies. These tabs allow you to see the organization of each study. If you are unfamiliar with any of the tab definitions, please see our glossary. Additionally, you can click any tab and organize the studies accordingly. For example, let's say I want to organize all my studies according to study design. All I have to do is click Study Design, and now my studies are organized according to study design. Additionally, if you hover over any studies, you will be able to see their title. This is useful because sometimes the reference title is very long and you can't see all of it on the screen. To view the abstract, click the abstract icon. This screen is called the abstract view. The top tabs allow you to view linked studies and notes. To access the tabs, click on them. There are 0 linked studies. Notes you are able to add. So let's say you read the study and you were very interested with a certain outcome or characteristic, or there was something you wanted to remember. So what you do is you enter into Notes, you click Add New Note, and add your note. Once you are finished adding your note, click Save Note. To get back to the abstract view, click the first tab, Reference Detail. All the information in this window gives you basic information about the abstract. You can see the publication date is October 8, 2007. The publication type was a clinical trial. The title was Short and Long-Term Mortality with Localized Prostate Cancer. The authors, the source, and the journal, Archives of Internal Medicine. The abstract is a brief summary of the article. This can sometimes help readers because instead of having to go to the full text, you can read the abstract and find relevant information. In this case, you can see that the study cohort included 844 patients, all of them having been diagnosed with localized prostate cancer. You can also see the breakdown of treatments. 158 patients had prostatectomy, 205 had radiotherapy, 378 chose watchful waiting, 72 chose hormone therapy, and 31 chose other therapies. You can also find results. 10-year specific survival was 83%. 95% corresponds to patients who underwent surgery, 75% corresponds to patients who underwent radiotherapy, 72% corresponds to patients who underwent watchful waiting. The abstract view also allows you to easily scroll through abstracts. Simply click the next and previous button to be taken through the abstracts. You also have the option to rate your abstract. Click on this icon and you can rate the abstract as relevant, not relevant, or maybe relevant. All abstracts are initially set to not rated. You can also print your abstract, view the full text of the abstract, mark your abstract as favorite by clicking here and choosing favorite, and you can also share your abstract. Click the share icon, and in this window you can enter the email, name, and a message to anyone who you want to share the abstract with. It is a very good idea to share relevant abstracts with doctors and with your family. Since I marked this abstract as favorite, I can easily locate it in my favorites. How you get to favorites is you exit out of the abstract view and you go to the favorites tab on the top row of tabs. All of your favorite articles can be located here. Here's an example of a full text article. Full text articles are like a virtual waiting room. This is where you go to meet patients like yourself with similar medical problems, and you get to see what happened to them. Full text articles can be intimidating and hard to understand. However, if you follow some simple directions, you will be able to find what you need. A good place to start is the title and the abstract. The title of this article is Long-Term Survival Probability in Men with Clinically Localized Prostate Cancer Treated with Either Conservatively or Definitive Treatment, Radiotherapy or Radical Prostatectomy. This title already tells us that there's 3 treatment groups. The first, conservative, meaning active surveillance. The second, radiotherapy, and the third, radical prostatectomy. Now, the structure of the abstract reflects the structure of the full text article. In this case, the abstract is broken down into 4 sections: objectives, methods, results, and conclusions. That means that the full text article is broken up into the same groups. The abstract is just a short summary of each group that in the full text article is lengthy and descriptive. In the methods section, we can see that there were 3,159 men in this study. We can also see that the age of the men included in the study were 75 years of age or younger. Next, in the results section, we can see that the survival rate at 15 years was 35% for conservative management, 50% for radiotherapy, and 65% for radical prostatectomy. We can also see that the conclusion states that the results of this study have shown that compared with conservative management, both radiotherapy and radical prostatectomy increase survival of men with localized prostate cancer. Another good place to go to find the baseline characteristics of the group to better understand how this study relates to you is to go to the methods section. Here's the methods section. We can see that table 1 is a table of all of the baseline characteristics of the patients included in the study. This is a good place to understand how closely this study relates to you as a patient. You can see that the first column is all patients, and then the next three columns breaks down the patients into their treatment groups: conservative, radiotherapy, and prostatectomy. As an example, we can see that in the conservative group, men between the ages of 60 and 69 were 675. Additionally, there were 416 men in the same age group in the radiotherapy group, and 576 men in that same age group, 60 to 69, in the prostatectomy treatment group. Next, we can go to the results section. This section gives an in-depth explanation of what was described in the abstract section. We can see the first sentence states, of the 3,159 men, 42% of them were treated conservatively, 28 received radiotherapy, and 30% underwent radical prostatectomy. The last section is a discussion section where the author discusses what they think about the study and the conclusion. This is similar to going to a doctor and receiving a physician consult. The author is going to explain what the study found and what exactly he or she thinks it means. Full-text articles are full of informative information. However, you need to be able to navigate through these articles to find what important information applies to you.